Blah. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of me compiling some of the silliest things I can find on the internet that's kind of law enforcement or cop related. It's a Leo recap. First off, thank you so much for being part of my 1 million subscribers. I never saw myself ever getting anywhere near 1 million subscribers when I started YouTube. I almost quit YouTube altogether a few times. I'm super happy that I didn't, and I'm super happy to have all of you here, each and every one of you. I think for my 1 million subscriber special, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, maybe a live stream on here, but if you would like to ask me a question, you can go check out the Twitter link that I put in the description. For this video, first we're going to talk about probably one of the funniest events I've ever seen planned on Facebook. Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. Now, why am I even talking about this Facebook event at all? Some stupid kid probably posted it as a joke. The host is even named shitposting cause I'm in shambles. His bio is shitposting as a coping mechanism to keep myself from yeeting myself into the void. Why even talk about this, Donut? Who even cares, Donut? I don't know, maybe like 190,000 people attending and 224,000 interested in going? Area 51, also known as the Nevada National Security Site, is home to a lot of secret squirrel stuff. You know what the government doesn't like unauthorized people getting anywhere close to? That's right, secret squirrel stuff. Secret squirrel stuff like those badass helicopters the world didn't really know about until some SEALs crashed it into Bin Laden's house. You see, the government likes protecting things like that, to the point where they'll shoot the shit out of anyone that gets too close for comfort. Like on January 28th of this year, a guy drove through a security checkpoint at Area 51 and got lit the fuck up by Nye County Sheriff's Office and the NNSS Security Protective Force officers. He did. What am I saying? The people who are going to storm Area 51 don't have to worry about that at all. According to the description of the event, if we Naruto run, we can move faster than their bullets. Let's see them aliens. So my question to you, is it going to be like, A, the scene from Rambo 14 where Rocky's grandfather smites an entire army with an anti-air technical? B, we just never hear from thousands of people again and it doesn't even make it to the news? Or C, part of me is saying, well, no one's going to show up. And then the other part of me is saying, this is the internet. Of course people are going to show up. I mean, who would honestly want to see 200,000 people in a Naruto sprint get turned into pink mist? Definitely not me. This event will take place on September 20th. If you are interested in dying, being waterboarded by the CIA, or both in no particular order. 68-year-old Florida man Dennis Illuminati was just released from the Pasco County Jail last Monday, and to celebrate his freedom, he decided to try and break into 26 government vehicles in the jail parking lot and hotwire an ATV. He was trying to hotwire the sheriff's department four-wheeler because he said, I quote, wanted to head home. He was arrested and charged with like a ton of felonies. Last week, Florida man Patrick Benson was arrested after breaking into a Wendy's, cooking himself a hamburger, stealing the safe, and actually getting away with it for a few days before being nabbed by the Martin County Sheriff's Department. While we are talking about Florida man breaking into a fast food joint, let's take a look at this other story real quick that I have sent to me probably 400 times a month. Man breaks into Burger King and drinks gallons of deep frying oil. While that is a perfectly reasonable thing for a large Florida man to do, it's fake. Just like every other news story on the World News Daily Report. New York woman who called herself Nutella faces prison for helping ISIS. Simya Caesar used the pseudonym based off of the brand name of the popular cocoa hazelnut spread to signify her support for the terror group. Because nothing strikes fear into the heart of the infidel quite like Nutella. She was trying to leave the country in November 2016 when she was arrested at John F. Kennedy International Airport on charges of conspiring to provide material support to the Islamic State militant group. Do you want to get waterboarded by the CIA? Because that's how you get waterboarded, by the CIA. She is facing life behind bars. In the meantime, authorities are searching for her accomplices. Ooh, peanut butter and mayonnaise. I guess this is the cool thing to do right now. I should mention the dum-dum who licked the Bluebell ice cream then put it back in the freezer at the grocery store. Ew. If you have not heard of the story, TLDR, she licked a carton of ice cream and put it back in the freezer at the grocery store. Authorities were able to track her down, and it was originally being reported that she would face up to 20 years in jail, but that good news was quickly squashed by new reports of her being a juvenile. So she'll probably get some dirty looks and a few hours community service. In other news, a 36-year-old man in Louisiana was arrested for doing the same thing. He said he wanted to be famous and that he even bought the ice cream, which is true, but at the time of the licking, it wasn't his ice cream. I can't burn down my annoying neighbor's house and say, well, I planned on buying it. You know, I can't punch a hook. a special friend and say, well, I planned on buying it. If you do something stupid to something that isn't yours, even if you plan on buying it, that's still illegal. Something neat that I saw in this article is that the guy was also charged with unlawful posting of criminal activity for notoriety and publicity. This looks like just a Louisiana law, and according to reports, it was started back in 2008 to combat the knockout game. Y'all remember that, where teenagers were going around clobbering strangers and recording it for all that Vine clout? This law basically says if you do something illegal on camera, that you are also going to be charged with recording it. But the guy's attorney says that this charge goes against his First Amendment rights. Let me know in the comments below, do you think this charge of filming something illegal goes against your First Amendment rights? Alabama, man, finally someone from my home state. He's actually also from my hometown. Killen, Alabama. 35-year-old Mickey Joel Pauks ran from police on a stolen motorcycle, then rammed them with the stolen motorcycle, so he was arrested. Then some narky boys raided his home to find a pet squirrel named D's Nuts. I promise you that I am not making this up. He even fed the squirrel meth to keep it hyper. Or squirrely, you might say. Fuck, I'm stupid. He called an additional charge of keeping a pet meth-fueled attack squirrel, not to be confused with the meth-fueled death party that a man named Dwayne Johnson, who looks like this, threw for his dying wife back in January. And no, that's also not a story from the fake news website we talked about earlier. Seriously though, I think if iDubbbz wanted to spice up that squirrel content on its second channel, we found a good way to. Last thing that we're going to look at is intense body camera footage. I came across an article posted on BuzzFeed entitled, "Police Storm into Brown Man's House and Beat Him with Chairs for No Reason."
Can't get it. Police, let me see your hand. Go. No. Get the shield here. There we go.
Two parts of this video I really got a chuckle at. The officer abandoning the 5 dudes stacked up on a shield to Leroy Jenkins through smashed glass after a burglar.
Police, let me see your hand.
And this hilarious dad noise right here.
Oh, golly.
There is no way you haven't heard your father make that noise before.
Oh, golly.
The comments on this video were fantastic also. Police, let me see your hand. Dear, fuck. Hours later, the thief emerges from the cupboard, silently congratulating himself that he brought decoy deer along. Whenever I see stuff like this, I wonder what it'd be like if a human accidentally broke into an insanely advanced alien's pocket dimension. Because that's basically what happened to that deer. There's nothing in that house that this deer can meaningfully relate to. There's a whole lot of weird shit happening that this animal is woefully unequipped to process. And then these bizarro creatures show up that do a bunch of off-the-wall crazy stuff. The deer has no clue how or why they're doing it. And then, miraculously, the deer is back in its own environment, left to wonder what the actual fuck just happened. That is it for this Leo recap. I'm sorry for the lack of content on the main channel. Been super busy with other stuff, but I got a lot of cool stuff planned for this channel coming up. I will be streaming at twitch.tv/donutoperator as soon as this video is released, so please come hang out. Just remember, kids, if you plan on committing a successful heist, all you need to do is bring a deer with you. If you plan on storming Area 51, you will be turned into people jelly. It's not waterboarding if you use diesel fuel, and squirrels make very, very awful attack pets because all of the officers involved in the Alabama raid got out with all their nuts. Check out my second channel, Donut Vloggerator, and please have a fantastic day. Naruto. How the fuck do you say that?
Naruto.
Naruto. How the fuck did I?
Naruto.